Hey guys, what's going on? As you can see, Treyarch tweeted out 3 hours ago a teaser image for Mauer Der Toten that should be coming out in a few weeks, and it's a newspaper cover from Berlin, and I think we're seeing the Omega side of everything. Before we were on Requiem, seeing how they're putting all their strategies together. Now we're on Omega's side, seeing how they're doing their strategies and planning. And I think they're doing it pretty cool, like a movie where you see one side and then you see the other side, then eventually they meet in the middle and you see the big conclusion. So it's a Berlin newspaper. It says cover story is working, Requiem asset is in place. And I kind of want to just give you my initial thoughts and everything. I always think back to what Jason Blundell said with the Quinorium. It depends who's reading it. So you can watch like maybe 10 YouTube videos and then you'll get 10 different angles or 10 different people seeing different things. So I just want to give my take on what I'm seeing. It's a newspaper again, obviously looking like it's Requiem. It says explosion at checkpoint, chemical gas leak, quarantine is in effect. And then at the bottom, really small, it says an explosion linked to a nerve gas stockpile has officials from both sides of the city urging residents to stay clear of the explosion. I think that's what pretty much it says at the bottom. Again, it's a newspaper and it's a nerve gas. So initially, again, this is what I'm seeing. It reminded me of what I talked about 2 years ago, and I think recently is that in the movie, which Kino Der Toten was based off of, Return of the Living Dead, we get the same canisters. Inside the canisters are zombies, kind of like a weapon with gas, and they would drop these weapons, I believe, or place them in certain enemy areas that they want to kill off the enemy. Let's say we're fighting Japan just for the sake of it, or in Vietnam. I think Vietnam might be the best example. You put these canisters in Vietnam and then you open it, or maybe the enemy is going to accidentally open it and then the zombies get out and eat them. At the same time, the gas can turn the other enemy into zombies. And you'll see these canisters in the original Kino Der Toten, both in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3. So it looks like maybe the same thing. And that gas, which I'm not going to dive too much into it, in the movie it's called trioxin 245. In real life, which is actually so many different layers of the story, it's dioxin 245 was used in Vietnam, which I believe was a gas that they used to kill off the trees so the soldiers can maneuver in Vietnam a little bit better. So again, the real one is dioxin, and Return of the Living Dead is trioxin. And in our story, don't know if they're doing Nova Gas again. I don't think so. Or maybe it's a cover story, like it said. Maybe they're saying it's a gas, but it's maybe dark ether, Ethereum gas, or something like that. So again, this is what it's taken from a movie, and it also reminded me too, because I guess at the time I wasn't so so connected to the storyline, that it actually reminds me too that they've done this in other movies, like in Prometheus, if you're familiar with the Alien series, where they created these weapon canisters and they would do the same thing. They would drop it in enemy territories, and then like a black gas would come out and it would infect the natives, turn them into like monsters and aliens and maybe like zombies and stuff like that, and kill them at the same time. Turn them into a weapon, a bioweapon. So it's kind of the same story again, which is pretty cool. And I mentioned that before, even with Die Machine, I love seeing the backstory of what or how everything came about. So again, Return of the Living Dead, trioxin. So somehow they might have dropped off the gas or gas canisters that we see on stage in Kino. So maybe we'll be able to walk around in Kino. So that kind of confirms that we might be able to go inside Kino and walk around, because that's probably going to show how the canisters got on stage, if you're not familiar with it. So this might subtly confirm the canisters or us being able to go in Kino. So those are just some quick little things again that I wanted to point out. is the canisters were taken from Return of the Living Dead. Maybe that's why we got that emote too in this season. Maybe it was hinting at it. So I'd have to go back and look at all these because this is actually a new emote that you can use. Um, and here's one too, Necropolis. I'll have to go back and watch that because I'm sure there's some Call of Duty references in there probably. Um, Again, these are the canisters, so it looks like they're doing the gas again. It's going to give us the backstory, probably how those canisters got on stage. Same thing like Die Machine. Again, it also reminds me of one of my favorite movies also is Prometheus, where um, these aliens, or, well, basically aliens, or him himself, I don't want to spoil it, but you should see the movie. These are all the bioweapons that they use in canisters like that to infect other countries and planets and natives and stuff like that. But I'm gonna wrap it up there. A quick little backstory. So some type of gas again is being used. I wonder if I can rack my brain real quickly. What is the gas in real life? I thought at one point I thought it was mustard gas, but it's not that. I don't. Maybe it's like I want to say DDT, but it's not, and I should probably just look it up real quick. Let me see. I know. Wait, dioxin 245. I want to just really quickly see if I can rack my brain and figure out the Ancient Orange. Okay, there it is, Ancient Orange. So this is what happened in real life. They thought that maybe when they infected the Vietnam soldiers or natives that they would turn people would eventually not know what the eventual side effects would be. Um, or I guess just to say it a little bit cleaner, when they were infecting the jungle or spraying the jungle, destroying the trees and bushes and leaves, they didn't know what the side effects were going to be on humans, if they were going to like turn into um, zombies. But that's basically where this story came from. That was loosely based off of real life events when we went to Vietnam. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys later.